Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. I love her methodology and how she attacks a project to make us more organized. And every time we get together with her, she offers these amazing tips to get that done. It's just a great feeling when you know that things are organized, clean. It just feels fantastic. We've tackled the garage. We've tackled the pantry, the kitchen area. Today we're going to tackle closets, specifically the master closet. And she is a master at organizing as a professional. That's what she does. She helps people with this all the time, comes to your house, workplace, or she can do it virtually. And she is Richele Caragianis, and she's back with us. How you doing today? I'm
doing great. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. As soon as we talk about closets, right away I have a visual. Oh, there's that one. Oh, got to take care of that. Oh, got to take care of that. How do you define master closet?
That's a great place to start. And usually it's in the grown-up's bedroom. It's the grown-up's closet. It's the master closet because it's in the master bedroom. And something that does define it is that typically two people are utilizing this closet. Unless you're really lucky and you've got massive square footage, typically you've got two people sharing a very tight space. It's great if you have the money to completely rehab and the square footage to rehab your master closet, and you have one side that's hers, one side that's his, or one side's the coats, one side's the dressy gala clothes. I mean, there's so many ways to categorize the closet. I find that the rotate is what I like to say about the closet, because most of us do not have the opportunity to keep everything we own in the closet and get to it efficiently and effectively, find what we have, find what we need. So rotating your closet out is a seasonal activity. This is where I come in with, do you have a guest bedroom whose closet is not really being utilized? This is a great place where you can rotate out winter and put your coats and sweaters and jeans. Like, I don't wear jeans during the summer here, and then when it comes to be wintertime, rotate those things back into your master and put your sundresses or your shorts or your lightweight linen shirts. This is going to go into your guest bedroom. It's a great opportunity to rotate, because rotating for the closet is an annual, year-long thing, because we're always in a new season. We're always transitioning into the next season. So it is a seasonal activity.
I'm embarrassed to admit that I have two big closets. I don't share them with anyone, and they still need to be cleaned. And I don't rotate because I do have space in both for many different seasons. That's not a walk-in closet, but it's a big one. And I inherited a closet system where it almost looks like you're going to a clothing store where they have this rack that comes out and you can put.
Nice.
Yeah, but I need you because it's
a
mess.
That goes back to the categorizing. So then, closets can be categorized in many different ways. One's color. I mean, some people just want to see all of their blue things in one place, and they want to see all of their white things in one place, and they want to see all of their sequins in one place.
Can I ask a question about that? Is that a thing? Because there is a thrift store that opened up nearby. It's huge, and they don't do it by size. They do it by color. I've never seen anything like it.
It's kind of a new trend. It's kind of a new trend. So you can have your white winter coat next to your white linen summer in the Hamptons outfits. And that's it's organizing books, by the way, rather than organizing them by authors these days. People are organizing their books by the color of the spine.
Wow.
So all the red books are in one area, regardless of what the genre is. It's a whole new thing that's infiltrating organizing right now. It's kind of trendy. So yes, that is a thing.
Before we get away from books, I don't judge anybody. However, for me, it's about the size of the books, because you have all different sizes. So I would kind of like try to, all the smaller books go here, all the bigger ones go here. But that's just me.
You're an influencer. Next thing we know, that's how people are going to be organizing their books is by height.
Because that's the way you should do it. But anyway, back to the closet.
Well, back to the closet. So if you have the opportunity to completely revamp your closet and you've got, tilted shoe racks.
Yes,
and
that's what I have.
Yes. Oh, I'm so jealous.
But I don't have shoes. I have shoes on some of them and I have lots of shoes. I have, I put clothes on them, like sweaters and things.
Is it working for you?
It's a mess because I when I buy shoes and I find something that works, I buy a few pairs of them because they fit great and I don't want them to go out of style. And there's one, casual, it's not this sneaker kind of shoe. And I have it in I probably have 9 pairs. Not even kidding. Some of them not even being used. They're still in the box. I don't even know how to do the shoes.
Well, if we stick with the idea of seasonal shoes, then, if you are privileged enough to have a top shelf, that's where the shoes you're not wearing should go. And then the shoes that you need easy access in it, your feet are at the bottom of your body, so your shoes should be at the bottom of your closet. So that's my little saying about it. So That's where you're going to slide your feet in and hopefully pull your shoes out. When it comes to pants in the same way, if you have a double tiered racking system, then you're going to fold your pants over and on the bottom rack and then shirts on the top rack. It's kind of like the way your body is set up. I like to think of it that way. Women definitely need a part of the closet, though, that isn't double racked. It's just single racked because that has to do with dresses. And you also need a space like that for your coats. If you don't have a coat closet and if you don't have an extra room to put your coats in, then your coats also need a full length racking space. So I really like to emphasize when I talk about rotating out, there's that extra bedroom if you have the extra closet. And then if you have a finished basement, because clothes are susceptible to the environment. And we've talked a lot about the environment when it comes to the garage or when it comes to the attic, whether something's dank or too hot. And your clothes really need to be protected against the environment for sure. Finished basements are great. You can get mounted racking to put up on a wall that maybe isn't being used for anything else, or you can get the independent clothing racks, that are on wheels, and you can move them all over the place wherever you want. And those are great because they accommodate plastic covering, which is particularly nice for your coats when it comes to moth or any of that kind of infestation.
Question. You just brought up the plastic. So you go to the dry cleaner. I don't go a lot, but there's a few things that, that need to be dry cleaned or I feel better doing it that way. And there's plastic on them. Somebody told me not to leave the plastic on them, to take the plastic off. And I'm not talking about in a basement situation. I'm just talking regular closet. Sometimes it feels fresh to leave the plastic on. It's got a sort of state of mind. Is it detrimental if the plastic stays on there for an extended period of time?
I have not had that experience, but I also have 2 different things that I dry clean. So when I take sweaters or shirts or clothing, let's just say clothing to the dry cleaners, then when I bring it home, I do automatically take it out of the plastic. I find that if I don't take it out of the plastic and put it where it's supposed to go in whichever closet, I forget about it. I don't wear it, or it seems like a pain in the butt to deal with.
Point.
The other stuff, though, is like my linens for my table, whether it's tablecloths or whether it's napkins. These are things that after I've had company over or served, entertained for the holidays, I take all of those things to be dry cleaned. Now, those things I do leave in the plastic for the duration of time until I use them again, because I find it keeps the pressing nice and It keeps it from, again, that moth infestation when something goes a really long time without being used.
You mentioned coats before, and some of us are lucky to have a coat closet that, just for that, and some other winter type stuff. What do you do with, I can't throw them out. Like, I keep more than I use, and I know that's a, Richele rule of thumb that, you need to look at that, what you're using, what you're not. I put coats in a different category because
absolutely,
I got like a crappy coat that I just put on to walk the dog at 6:30 in the morning. I don't need to have a good one on. It's warm enough, whatever. And it's those types of coats, or I got one that's a kind of a crazy color, and I keep it because I don't know why. Maybe I want to wear it. It's okay to keep those.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that coats kind of live outside the realm of clothing and shoes and linens and undergarments and all of those things that the master closet might house. I think coats, they do truly come back into style. Maybe not immediately, but my 2-year rule does not apply to coats.
Okay.
I have coats that I haven't worn for 5 years, and then suddenly, wham, it is perfect with the outfit that I have on, and it suits the occasion that I'm going to. I have my grandmother's coats. I mean, I have some vintage heirloom coats, and I think coats can very easily fall into that sentimental category.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
So, great question, because I do think they kind of live outside the realm of like the 2-year rule. And I was going to say that the 2-year rule, I think, makes purging, that first step that we take, purging the closet, the easiest of all jobs. The garage and the attic, there can be things that have been up there for so long, and it really takes a while to plow through the purge of those worlds. But the 2-year rule is very easy. It's very simple. You pull out a piece of clothing. Have I worn it in the past 2 years? Yes or no? And if you have not worn it in the past 2 years, usually it's because it's really not in style anymore, or you've overworn it, or ladies, it doesn't fit anymore. And we are horrible about going, oh no, I'm going to drop that weight. And so I'm going to get back into that dress that I love. So unless you're willing to move a piece of clothing into the sentimental pile, if you haven't worn it in 2 years, it really needs to go to donate. Someone will make great use out of it.
I know a lot of people, myself included, hearing the don't keep it if you're planning, to lose weight if it's been 2 years. I've got that stuff. I gained, whatever. I working on getting back down close to that weight. 2 years, huh?
Well, and I'm considered to be very kind and liberal on this point, because there's a lot of organizers that the bar is 1 year. If you haven't worn, if you're back into, and like it's December, right? If you have a piece of clothing that you did not wear all last winter, right? We've now hit the 1 year mark, and chances are you are not going to wear it moving into this new winter season. So it's a great time to let it go. And the other good reason there is for letting it go is that when the Christmas holidays hit, suddenly there's going to be all of this new stuff that has come into your house, clothing included, with all of the Christmas gifts, and you're going to have to find a place to put these things. And if you're holding on to stuff that you haven't worn in at least 2 seasons, then you need to make some room. Just make some room, and then everything will be brand new and fun and exciting because you just got it.
All right. What about putting things in bins that you're not going to wear a lot? Here's where I'm going with this. Let's say you have extra hoodies and things like that. I have, in my mind, it's the crappy category. So I'm not going to wear them out anywhere, but hey, I'm going to be doing some painting, or, I have jeans that I only wear just when I'm painting. I painted over the weekend. I was wearing those. I had them in my closet still, going to admit it, all the way to the corner. I just know that that's the section. Is that okay, or is there a better way?
The crappy stuff. I think that's just a wonderful new category you've just given me. The crappy stuff, because it does have purpose. And it does have purpose. It does have use. And if you are using it, like the walk the dog clothes, the scrub the floors clothes, the, getting up in the attic and doing the organizing job, there is purpose in those clothes that you don't care if they get messed up. My big thing, and I do it over and over again, is I get Clorox on black. And Clorox on black turns orange, and suddenly those really comfy black pants that I could wear around the house or even wear out to the grocery store are unwearable anywhere. They are now part of the crappy clothes, but for no other reason but that they've got a massive Clorox splash on them. Am I still going to use them? Yes, but they're no longer in my chest of drawers with my other nice
Okay.
my other nice pants.
So where do I, for me, those winter things that I've had for a long time where, it's snowing out. I just want to layer up. I don't want to, and I don't want to, the stuff that I'm going to wear out. I don't want to wear that. I'm going to wear the crappy clothes. Where do you keep them? Where do you keep them?
Well, it goes back to how much square footage your master closet has. It also goes back to how much furniture you use for clothing, like chest of drawers. So, and chest of drawers can be part of a system of rotating clothes. So, to answer your first question, I would probably find drawer space for crappy clothes. I don't know that I would take up my master closet space for crap job clothes.
I guess you could put them in the bin and put them in the basement, that kind of thing for those types of clothes. You just got to remember that they're there. I love your idea about dedicating drawer space to it. The only thing for me is some of those, like I'm talking about the hoodies, the sweatshirts, things like that, that you pull out when you're working outside and it's cold out, whatever. They take up a lot of space.
They can, because they do tend to be winter clothes, and that's another interesting thing. T-shirts don't take up any space. You can dedicate half a drawer to work T-shirts. But yeah, we're talking about hoodies and coats and what you're shoveling the driveway with. Yeah. We can go back to the coat closet. If you've got a top shelf in your coat closet, that's where you can put some bins to put crappy clothes in. Bins can go on the floor of your coat closet. The same thing with the guest bedroom. Also, the guest bedroom under the bed, you can get the rollout containers that go under beds and under the guest bedroom bed or under the master bed or the kids' bed. I mean, there's beds all over the house. So don't forget about that as a space for stuff that maybe not every day, but I need to know where it is and I need it to be an efficient act to get to it. That's what we want ultimately, is for things to be efficient. I don't want to spend valuable time looking for clothes to go shovel. Yep.
100%. Richele, right on target with that. And you're bringing back memories when I was in my house. The last one sold. I had that thing under the bed, master bed, forgot about it. But the reason I forgot about it was every time I wanted to access it, it didn't come out freely. You had to lift the bed up to pull the storage thing. It was great for just keeping stuff there, but really not convenient, if you wanted to get your stuff out.
No, and that brings up a really good, come back around. We've mentioned the sentimentals in every podcast that we've done together. Yeah. And under the bed is a great place for sentimentals. After my wedding day, I took my dress to the dry cleaners and they did all of that stuff to it that would make it last forever and ever and ever. And so that future generations could possibly wear it if they wanted to. It's under the bed because I'm not pulling the wedding dress out and taking a gander at it right. every too often.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
You're not going to Taco Bell wearing that. So
no, and it's environmentally sound, place. It's air conditioned or it's heated, and the sentimentals under the bed is a great idea. Can't pass that one up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's under the bed. But getting back to the master, I just want to really emphasize rotate, rotate, rotate. Whether you're rotating into drawer space, taking out of drawer space what season it is that you want access to and put that in your closet, and rotating into drawers like bottom drawers, what you're not really going to be laying hands on anytime soon. Bathing suits are a great thing to rotate, not necessarily into the master closet, but just rotate out of a bottom drawer into a top drawer. And there you go. I love using my drawer space. I feel like I don't use my furniture enough. And it is absolutely an alternative to the closet.
I feel like you've given us license to release. Like as soon as you say bathing suits and then I think shorts, I've got 3 waist sizes down, stuff I'm hanging on to. It's got to go. Come on, let's be real.
It really does. And I do too, is the thing. When we first started hanging out and having these conversations, I, completely said that organizing is not about being perfect. It's not about saying, okay, I need to possess only what I need, only what I wear, only what I love. It just doesn't, we're human beings and it doesn't pan out that way. I have a t-shirt from high school, funny story, really pre-tech, so I don't know how they made it happen, but everybody in our senior class signed their name the way we signed it then, and then we bought these t-shirts. And when the t-shirts came back, the t-shirt was completely signed in like t-shirt ink, not pen ink, but indelible on. And it was everybody's signature, kind of like they would have signed your yearbook.
Nice.
But it was a t-shirt that I wore. Now, it's been a long time since I wore that t-shirt, but I still have that t-shirt. So I am not in this place of like stripped down minimalism where we don't keep anything for any other maybe it has an emotional connotation and that's absolutely okay.
And everybody has their own thing. There are guidelines. If you would like to follow them, it will make your life easier. But, I think you can bend and break because everybody doesn't have a basement. Everybody doesn't have a coat closet. So you have to, find what works for you, but certainly rotate, rotate, rotate. You just have
because I think ultimately this came up with the pantry. Like it's also about money. If you don't know what you have, you will go buy more. And the thing with kind of culling out your master closet seasonally, putting things that you're not wearing at the time in another space allows you to see what you have. Maybe you have a perfectly usable, precious pair of black pumps that you just forgot you had, and you're on the verge of going and buying more black shoes. Check. If you can't see what you have, you will buy more. So it really is it's an investment. Those bins are investments, those baskets are investments. Having somebody assist you is an investment, but it can pay off in keeping you from overspending down the road.
I'm just going to illustrate this point right now. Yesterday, and it's colder out here, and I kind of love sweatshirts and hoodies. There were certain types, whatever. I have in my Amazon cart 2 ready to go. Yesterday, I looked in my closet. I bought one last year. I think it's the same one. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to even say that. But why? Because on one of those shelves, I just take them and I throw a bunch of stuff up there. Normally I fold them, make them neat, but a lot of the winter, you just throw it up there. I'll get to that. So I actually pulled it out and I couldn't. Oh, look what I found. It was almost like Christmas morning in my closet. So to your point, you don't know what you have until you organize it. And how do you organize it? You get a professional.
And it can feel like Christmas morning in the middle of July.
Yes, it can. For sure. How do we find you? What's the best way to connect with you?
The best way is by phone. I'm at 504-432-2600. 2271. Would love to have a chat about the details of what someone might need or be thinking maybe they need, but they're unsure. I can be emailed at Richele, Richele, at blossomwoodorganizing.com. That can make for a great, to the point conversation about what someone might be thinking and how I might be able to help out. They're great. And texting is okay too. Just tell me, hey, this is how I got your phone number, just so I don't think you're spam.
Sure. And I just thought of something too. If you're close with somebody and you're comfortable with this, maybe they've been saying, I got to just get this done. Buy some organizing professional help for them. My gosh. Right?
Right. And it is a great gift. And it was something I really wanted to bring up today, which is that the new year should be a time for intense organization, because we've put all of these decorations up. We've pulled all these decorations out now. Holiday, we've done Halloween, we've done Thanksgiving, and now we're doing Christmas and New Year's. We've pulled all of this stuff out. We've brought all of these gifts in. So we have all of this new stuff. So January really should be a time where we get into hyper organization, purge, categorize, locate mode. But the problem is people are, weary, holiday weary, tired, don't want to think about it, just want to get the stuff put away. And so it ends up getting just shoved in a corner, just without any thought or logic to it. And all it does is sets you up for next year for the decorating season in particular not to be fun, because you're having to dig through everything. So gift it. Give the gift of organizing in January. And I think it will be so beloved and so appreciated. And it's the perfect time of year to do it.
Yep. I think it's a fantastic idea. I really do. Anybody's looking for a gift from me?
I've got it.
Yeah,
I sent a little certificate that says, this is how much organizing you have received from Santa.
Yeah, it's awesome. Richele, wonderful having you on here, and looking forward. There'll be I'm sure a time when we'll reconnect.
We'll reconnect.
But thanks for all the tips. Really appreciate it.
I've loved being here. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. We'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.